As I said before, as the news come out, I will continue to do my best to try to cover and react to it. Got this article here from page 6 now. I was looking back to when I covered this story. I posted the video like 10 days ago. It was about the guy who, again, forgive me, but like I said before, I have to choose my words carefully. YouTube don't like when you say certain words, okay? Your video can be taken down and the story would never get out. So, you guys remember when I covered the story about the guy saying that he was at Emilio and Gloria Estefan's house at a party and he was being paraded around with a certain type of mask on, like a male part mask on his face at a freak off party. And he claimed LeBron was there, Jay-Z, Beyonce. And I had said in that video that I'm not saying this stuff is true. This is all being alleged. But I said, I'm going to stay tuned to see if some other news comes out about it. All right. So Sean Diddy Combs' Accuser drops major lawsuit claim against Beyonce, Jay-Z over male part mask freak-off party. It says a man who sued Sean Diddy Combs for allegedly doing something to him in 2015 at a party while Jay-Z and Beyonce were present is now claiming the married couple was never actually there. Now look, it's just crazy to me how there's starting to be a lot of backtracking. You know, I'm just saying, how do you say stories like this? I said, if these people are lying, which is going to be hard for us to really know because of the power that's involved and the money that's involved, allegedly, how easy it is to pay someone off. And again, I'm not saying that's happening. I'm just saying it's easy to do. So will we ever know the truth? At this point, you're just going to have to use your gut feeling, your spidey senses, and be like, you know what? I think where there's smoke, there's fire. And come up with your own opinions and assumptions, because it's starting to be a lot of backtracking. It says Joseph Manzaro filed an amended complaint in Florida Friday, obtained by page 6, in which he has now removed Jay-Z and Beyonce's names from the legal documents altogether. The accuser claimed in his original complaint filed earlier this month that the Drunk in Love collaborators were among the famous partygoers who witnessed Combs do what he did to him and force him to wear a mask at a birthday party for his 17-year-old son, Christian. However, page 6 has learned that Jay-Z and Beyonce's lawyers have been able to prove that neither Grammy winner was at the event at the time because they were nowhere near Miami, where it took place. A Washington Square News article places Jay-Z at a NYU appearance at the time, and shortly after, he and Beyonce went on a romantic trip to Hawaii. Page 6 has reached out to Manzaro's lawyer for comment, and the apparent error but did not immediately hear back. We also contacted Jay-Z and Beyonce reps for comment. The legal victory in this latest win for the Empire State of Mind rapper, whose own lawsuit against him was recently dismissed, he is now suing that accuser and her lawyer for defamation and extortion after she allegedly retracted but then stood by her claims. Despite the Jay-Z and Beyonce's removal from Mazoro's lawsuit, however, there are other big stars that are still named in the complaint. I was going to say that because they did say Gloria, they said LeBron, they said Emilio. The accuser, let me see. It says the accuser reaffirms in his amended complaint that that claimed that LeBron James, Gloria Estefan, and Emilio Estefan were present at the alleged 2015 freak-off party, and he had insisted in his initial filing. However, James' rep previously told Page 6 this is false and doesn't even merit a report or response. A basic internet search shows what LeBron was doing all of April 2015. He was playing basketball for the Cleveland Cavaliers and never in Miami. A rep for Gloria and Emilio also told us they strongly deny the allegations made. Combs' legal team they strongly deny allegations made. Combs' legal team, meanwhile, added in response to Mazzero's allegation, this complaint demonstrates the depraved length of plaintiffs will trap. So basically, they're saying like this is what people will do to get a payday. That's like people, because I'll be reading the comments, man, and this is what I be talking about when I'm saying like I'm choosing my words carefully. I'm making sure I'm saying allegedly, because you never know. You never know. But it would not shock me if this stuff is true. But at the end of the day, they still have to find a way to prove it, you know? And then if it starts to be like, you know what, they weren't there. It's like, now, where do you go from here? Like, you mentioned these people. You mentioned their names. And now you're saying they're not there. It's going to be hard for people to believe you. Whether you're telling the truth or not, what you're trying to do is to get people to believe this. And when you start to retract, it don't look good. And it also don't look good for others. So a lot of people who are out there that really have some stuff that's happening. And I'm not saying that this person doesn't. But when you start to retract, it looks really, really bad. Really bad. And then they'll start to sue you for bringing their name into it. That's what I'm talking about. I'm choosing my words carefully. I watch a lot of videos. A lot of videos I watch may be like AI voice generated, but they're showing clips and talking about stories that I may not have known about. So I'm not watching these videos to be like, oh, everything in here is the truth. I'm watching it to inform myself, you know, because I'm saying to myself, how do I know what to look for if I don't even know what's being brought up? So if they say something like, oh, Jay-Z did this back in such and such, you know, and then someone shows it in a clip, I'm like, oh, this is what they were talking about, versus me just Googling what Jay-Z did in 1990. Like, where would I even know where to start if I don't have no information on that? So I watch a lot of videos and try to gather as much information I can to make my own uh um you know, final judgment or whatever. It's just crazy to me when you start to see a lot of people backtracking, and you're kind of like, are they backtracking because they scared, or were they lying? That's where I'm at right now. But again, I'm not here to convince you guys to believe everything you read. I'm just trying to inform myself and have this comment, like the conversation in the comments, so people, and then I look and I say like, huh, no, back in such and such, and then I can go search something. But comment below on what you guys think about this, because the other names still are mentioned. So, but they're saying that LeBron was at a basketball game. This is wild. All right, peace out.